edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Headline edition will bring you special reports and interviews in a moment.
How you doing? This is a guy from Pittsburgh, and I'm going to talk about Beau Berghdahl and all the controversy relating to that. Guy walks off, deserts, leaves his post. He's captured by the Taliban, tries to escape, gets put in a cage. His father has had sympathy for the Taliban and prisoners at Gitmo, and Susan Rice, another round of Sunday talking head shows, said Berghdahl had served with honor and distinction. Much of the media have branded him a deserter, clearly disproving that description. And Jim Acosta on CNN said, honor and distinction. This is a young man, said Rice, whose circumstances we're going to learn about. Well, there's a new poll. 52% of the people reject the Taliban trade for this guy. Meanwhile, Obama, as I call him, or a numma because he's brain dead, trades 5 Taliban terrorists for 1 soldier. And then he wanted to release a soldier, release an Al-Qaeda member because he learned yoga. And a Fox News poll says, Vox Populi, on behalf of Crossroads, 52% of respondents say the administration does not have made the swap. 31% supported the deal. 49% the exchange insults the efforts of soldiers who were killed. Another 50% that said the trade will make America weaker as a country. Well, we've been weaker for 6 years. This bombing the White House. Everything he does makes us weaker. Makes us weaker overseas, makes us weaker at home. When there's Obamacare, it doesn't work. The Office of Managing Budgets is giving up. They said, we can't figure out the cost of this damn thing. It's going to the roof. John Kerry says, Taliban release okay because U.S. combat in Afghanistan is over. Well, Cheryl Brandis, the mother of Army Private PFC Matthew Marknick, purportedly killed while searching for Berghdahl, suggested on Fox that the Tinney release is a massacre waiting to happen. The U.S. military personnel remain in the region. She's absolutely right. Hillary Clinton is not saying a word on this. She hadn't decided whether to run for president. She took a cautious stance on the release of Beau Berghdahl. And tradition is not to leave any of our soldiers on the field. Well, what does Hillary Clinton know about Army tradition? When her husband was in the White House, they both disdained the Army, did everything they could to sabotage our military. And, but there's a story on CNN today that have 4 instances where people went out and went to look for this guy and got killed. And our military officials say, oh, that's not the case. We don't have any evidence to support that, but the soldiers know better. The soldiers in the field always know better. Not the guy in the suits in the Pentagon. Because all our spokesmen at the Pentagon are just talking heads. Just like the people on Meet the Press. They haven't done any real soldiering in years. They just cart them out, put out crap like there were no UFOs. It was an inversion over Washington, D.C. in 1952. Were never seen on radar, never seen visually. They expect us to believe this bullshit. Excuse my language. So, and, oh yeah, I love this one. It has nothing to do with this guy, but these 2 teenagers were caught. They stole a credit card somehow. Mohammed Halawa, 19, was arrested. There's the car. Teen rents $240,000 car with stolen credit card. But he also rented with his buddy a vacation home for $12 million. He rented the McLaren Coupe 2012 for $13,000. It was reported stolen by the place he rented it from. Now, you would think if you're going to steal a McLaren, you wouldn't get a yellow one that sticks like a short thumb, or orange. I don't know what. They've charged him with 4 felonies: credit card fraud, receiving stolen property, identity theft, vehicle theft. Another passenger was also arrested. Former standout basketball player at Sebastopol High School. He was charged in March with using a fake credit card to try to buy 14 iPhones and 2 laptops at the Apple store in Berkeley. And a phone number for his family in Roanoke Park was disconnected, so they can't contact his family. He also paid $27,000 to rent a estate in Glen Ellen. That was a $12 million house. They don't say where the hell he got this credit card, or the one he tried in Berkeley. Oh yeah, there's another story in the news. They covered it on Coast, and there's another. Hold on. Where did I see this? These 2 kids in Ohio attacked somebody because they said that Slenderman, a guy that doesn't exist, told them to do it. Now there's a teenage girl stabbed her mother, 13-year-old, in the kitchen of her home. The girl became obsessed with Slenderman. Mother attacked my daughter, says Slenderman could be to blame. Ocasio, watch out for this one. Mother suffered multiple injuries. I came home one night from work, said the mom. She was in the kitchen waiting for me, and she was wearing a white mask. The mother got a puncture in her back, said her child was someone else during the attack. The allegations came to life when, after 2 Wisconsin adolescents were charged with the attempted murder as a 12-year-old as a sacrifice to the online demon. Prosecutors alleged that Anissa Weyer and her friend Morgan Geister, both 12, stabbed a friend 19 times and left her to die. Police said one of the wounds came within a millimeter of piercing a major artery near her heart. They wanted to murder the girl after reading tales about Slenderman on the horror website Creepypasta. And the victim crawled to a road. A cyclist found her lying on the footpath. The injured left the hospital. Slenderman, the creation of paranormal enthusiasts, is said to be a lanky, faceless creature in a suit who terrorizes and kidnaps children. It was invented in a Photoshop contest in the Something Awful forums. In 2009, became the subject of online paranormal fan fiction. The mother was assaulted as pleaded parents to monitor behavior and reading material of their children. We found things she had written. She made references to Slenderman. She also made references to killing. The kid is in a juvenile detention center. And let's see here. Hold on. There's more about this. There's a story here inside the Slenderman cult. And here's the picture from Creepypasta. And Slenderman victim leaves the hospital. And here is a picture of him with a child. There's your Slenderman right there. So, and Slenderman has multiple tentacles. And here's one of the kids, 12 years old. 12-year-old kid trying to stab another kid to death because of Slenderman. So that's getting scary there. Let's see this Creepypasta thing here. And I'm not trying to violate anybody's copyright, but it's amazing that here's news from Canada. Florida Times Union, Creepypasta, Wikia.com posts disclaimer after Wisconsin's stabbing. The Jacksonville.com. Eric Knudsen of Florida created the character in response to a call for submissions from Something Awful. And he's not responding to an email seeking comment. And they read about him on Creepypasta. And Mr. Creepypasta, Chris Edmond, posts online, and he has 385,000 Facebook followers and 500,000 YouTube subscribers. And sites designated to Creepypasta are meant no way to incite violence. Well, it ain't working, pal. And he said the goal is to be creative and foster the horror genre. And CreepypastaWikia.com was part of a larger site, which is Wikia.com, 2,700 wikis devoted to fan fiction. Administrator posted on creepypasta.wikia.com Tuesday to say all stories in the site are fiction, not meant to advocate or endorse killing or other violence. The stabbing in Wisconsin is an isolated incident, does not represent or attribute the Creepypasta community as a whole. There's a line between fiction and reality. It's up to you to realize where the line is. We are a literature site, not a crazy satanic cult. And the sites are not aimed at children, but they attract thousands of young readers. Edmund said a third of his audience on Facebook and YouTube between 13 and 17. And so, and they got an expert here saying parents should watch what the kids are reading. And then there's here a thing from Time Magazine, of all things. Creepypasta, the internet community that allegedly spread a killer meme. And chain letters, urban hoaxes, and chain emails, copy pasta. Let's see. And romanticizing killers is not something I feel comfortable with promoting via publishing all the Jeff Love stories, says the owners of Creepypasta. So, and the admin on named Slosh Train chimed in to post Fiction, Reality, and You that I quoted. So this guy's all over the place. And there we go, Creepypasta. I wasn't planning on sleeping tonight anyway. So if you got kids, check what they're looking at. Check what they're reading. They're not adults. They're impressionable. And you don't want them believing in Slender Man. That's for sure. So we got enough real and scary things out there in the world. Child molesters, killers, murderers, rapists, robbers, thieves. Some of them are in our government. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I never expected to be talking about Slender Man again. But I guess a fictional guy is turning into reality. Now I do wonder, some have said if you think about a fictional guy enough, he may materialize. That's scary with this guy. I'd rather have a Sherlock Holmes materialize in the real world. He would be needed, but not Slender. We don't need no Slender Man. All right, I will get on the horse and ride out of here. Free Art Bell, by the way, and I hope, can't wait. It's getting closer. It's June, July, August, September. We got a year and 3 months till the return of Art Bell, and he'll vanquish the evil George Norrie. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.